Hi Pat, here is your tutorial on making PLARN. I have some bags here. These are mostly from Jewel perhaps, but you know, of course, any kind of bag like this, Walmart, Myers. This size is what I'm going to talk about, but you'll be able to use bigger ones or smaller ones. So the idea is to flatten them so that the pleats on the side are inside the bag. You've kind of got a rectangle, other than you've got the straps at the end, the handles. Fold it over once, fold it over twice, then you need to cut off the top part where the handles are and cut off the bottom where they are connected. Then I like to cut it down the middle and cut each one of those pieces apart so that in the end, what you end up with are 4 strips that look like this, or 4 loops. If you use a bigger bag, like one even this long, then just eyeball it so that all of your strips are about this wide. If you use a small one, again, do the same thing. I showed you how to just cut with one bag, but after you get used to cutting with one bag, then you're going to be able to put 2 or 3 of them together and cut them all at the same time. There's no need for you to just do one at a time. I usually, if I'm going to cut a bunch of them, I do up to 5, and that's about it. So, and then you don't even have to fold them a second time. Just fold them one time, cut off the top, cut off the bottom. Once again, cut them down the middle, and then cut each one of those pieces in half. Now, when you get these pieces, these loops, the idea is you're going to loop them together. This is something sometimes people have trouble doing. So here's a demo of that. Put a little piece of the loop under there, pull it through, and then pull it nice and tight. The tightness is so that there's not a big glommy knot there. That's not very comfortable for the crocheters. And so just consider that you've cut up maybe 20, 30, 40 bags. So you've got quite a few of these loops. Just loop them all together. And I'm going to show you how to do it with a small amount. But, you know, if you're sitting there and you end up and you have a big stack or a big pile of like this on the floor of the loops looped together, then it's time to roll them up and roll them into a ball of PLARN. Generally, the balls of PLARN, this is a nice size. Some people make them really big. They're a little bit more difficult for the crocheters to work with them, especially if they're like taking the PLARN with them someplace and they're going to be doing some crocheting. So about this size is a nice size for a ball of PLARN. And then I usually say to people, well, I'm sure you've rolled up yarn for your grandma or your mom or something, and oops, and I'll see, I just ripped this one. That happens. Most of the time, people say, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Rolling up the PLARN is exactly the same way to make a ball of PLARN. And everything we cut off, we save in a big bag. We take it out to Walmart or Jewel or wherever they recycle bags, and you probably have some places like that out your way also, where you can just take the scraps and they will recycle them for you. So we don't really waste anything. And so that piece that I just ripped, I could do that. I could also tie it together if I want, but I hate to have too many knots in my PLARN. So now I've got this. You would have a lot more than this, but here's something to get started with. And just roll it up just like you would a ball of yarn. We're not going to have a very big ball here, but you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. Then, if you had a ball about this big, just tuck this little piece under, and there you are, PLARN. Now, if you have any questions or if you want something more concrete, like in paper, send me an email and I will be glad to send you this information in paper form. But I thought you might like to see it actually done with a video of me, your old friend. Thanks, Pat, for the offer of the PLARN. We really appreciate it.